Welcome back to another great episode of Careful Boys. We have with us Mr. Jake Tran.
Wow, Jake Tran.
I was just watching one of your videos. I was telling you earlier, this guy makes really great in-depth videos about everything government, scandals, like all kinds of really deep stuff. You have a Julian Assange video. You got
It's one of my favorites.
You got things that most people don't even dare mention.
Hopefully you're calling out Assange, right, for his crimes.
He just looks like such a plant.
How did you get into doing videos like that?
So, it was always my dream to be a YouTuber. I actually watched you guys in like middle school and early high school.
Yeah.
Like all the old Asian humor videos.
How'd you turn out so smart?
Yeah, from watching our video.
How'd you get so successful?
Yeah. What's the secret?
Yeah, so I had to do a bunch of tries. So my first try was a Taekwondo channel because I did that in high school. Didn't work out, so I gave up, went the traditional route, became a web developer, got bored really fast once I got the job I wanted, so I went back into YouTube. And it took me like another year of struggling until I kind of hit on this style.
Yeah.
And I didn't go like the route of like these super controversial videos right away, but at one point, once I
Did you start a new channel, or you post all of it? Like if you go far back enough on your channel, you see you doing kicks and stuff.
No, different channel.
Oh, completely. Okay, I see.
Those other videos are kind of cringe.
I see.
Aren't the first videos always?
Yes, that is true.
Ours were classic, bro. Our first ones, best hits, greatest.
Some of the recent ones.
Our videos, our videos we posted today are cringe.
Because we shot those 8 years ago.
Yeah, where was I at? So at one point I landed on this like video style of like B-roll voiceover, and then I ended up watching a documentary on war profiteering, and it just like blew my mind that people didn't know about this. But in my mind, if I made a video about this, like no one would be interested, because who would be interested in a video about war profiteering, except for like nerds like me. So I just kind of made it just to like satisfy my own thirst.
Yeah.
And it ended up doing really well. So I kind of just kept going down this route of other stuff related to this, like war, crime, business, power.
Wow.
When I first saw your videos, because I'm a fan of your work, and I didn't know that you watched JK or nothing like that, and I've been following you for a couple years. I ran into one of your videos during lockdown actually, and it was like a series of how you dissected like criminal organizations.
Yeah.
And I love documentaries about Yakuza, like Mafia, and I've watched a ton of them, but then it's like you have a fresh new perspective every single time. So then it's like telling the same story, but like with a different twist, or you have a different angle or different thing that I didn't know about. So I'm like, I really like that. Even all these recent ones, like about Julian Assange or whatever, right? Like there's already so many documentaries out there, but then the way he just compiles it, I just don't know what that recipe is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's a secret, but
yeah, a big influence of mine was an author called Greene, who wrote the book 48 Laws of Power and Art of Seduction, 33 Strategies of War, and
Laws of Human Nature.
Yes,
Yeah, he's good.
So one of my favorite authors, and once I read 48 Laws of Power, that really blew my mind, because he framed it as, you know, everyone around us is after power, but in today's society we have to be like very cordial and appear to be fair and stuff like that, but underneath the surface we still have all those same dark human emotions of like greed, lust, power that we did like centuries ago.
Or even like biological drivers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today we have to like appear more fair. So I really like that angle of like his like how-to guide on how to be more powerful. So I kind of took that and applied it to the videos I make. So it's like how to become a mafia member or something like that, versus just like you know, calling them bad.
Do you have a favorite video?
Favorite video? The Nestle one is the highest viewed one right now, so that's part of the reason why I like it so much. But
You're talking about the dark side of Nestle in that one, right?
yeah.
Can you help me? Since you're so good at like, I guess, putting yourself in that position, can you help me love Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, what's your take on Jeffrey?
Yeah, like what are the 48 laws of power that he's
becoming
just, you know, he's
Jeffrey.
just like exercising his biological needs or whatever?
Do you think he was CIA connected?
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna get canceled for this.
I mean,
look at all this stuff
you're on a joke channel. We're all just fucking around, yeah?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, historically, sleeping with underage girls has been like the norm throughout history. So he's
So the laws of today are just recent.
yeah, he's just leaning into his nature.
He's a traditionalist.
And sleeping with underage boys have been a norm for elites.
Yes.
for a long time. It doesn't make it okay, because every time we say shit like this, people go, so you're fucking a pedophile supporter? It's like, no, you fucking moron. We're just stating the facts of what these rich and famous people have been doing for long fucking
No, you
time.
fucking moron. I can't say that out loud. I have to say the subtext of that. Jesus.
I know, right? Like, you gotta spell it out every fucking time.
So would you say like he's just a service provider to people that are doing things or are after things that have been going on for a long time?
You can say that. You can say that.
Like a young booty broker?
Yeah, there's a
Probably
lot.
is.
Young booty broker.
That was on his business card, yeah.
I'll help you narrate some of your videos.
How to become a young booty broker.
Clip art is fucking Jeffrey Epstein.
Because you have to dodge the algorithm and the fucking bots and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that'll...
They'll pull it down.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of like contextual evidence that he was probably a part of Mossad, the Jewish version of the Israel version of the CIA.
Well, because Ghislaine's dad was he KGB, Mossad, and...
He was Mossad, I believe.
Oh, but also the British one. No?
I'm not sure.
I think he was like a
MI5?
double, triple agent.
MI5 or
Yeah.
MI6?
He was a
And then-
00 agent.
The
And then-
James Bond one?
Yeah, the James Bond one.
008.
And he had a big publication company in the UK. There was a fucking name. I forgot the name of this, but it's like being.
This is
Fox.
how our documentaries are.
I should do it. I forgot this
I
motherfucker.
forgot the fucking name. And then it cuts to all this stock footage.
Yeah.
I love that it's still like a prepared recorded voiceover though of the guy saying, I forgot what it was though.
It's like, so this is MI5. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. That's MI6. Okay, yeah. So,
It's not even drunk history. It's just Joe's fucking history.
yeah.
Joe's memory history.
Freestyle history.
Yeah, freestyle.
What about, so Assange, you said that's your favorite, probably your favorite topic? Or
the
favorite
Nestle
video?
one?
My favorite video, just because of how I like the storyline I created with the
that's your
video,
favorite.
like keeping the tension and stuff like that, like the storytelling. I really liked that.
What do you think about what they're doing to him right now? Like, he's getting extradited. Do you think he's dead?
Dead yet, or
Well, you think he's dead meat, like, because of that, once they extradite him successfully?
yeah, if he gets to America, he's
No
probably
chance,
screwed.
huh? Yeah.
Either like life in prison or suicide or
Suicide.
suicide.
Yeah, for sure.
From all the research that you've done, is there like, I guess, a way that you view the world or society? Like, man, like this world that everyone thinks operates this way, it's actually not like that at all. And how do you view it?
Yeah, so the reason why I can make the videos I do is I kind of look through everything through the lens of power. Like, I look at the power incentives, and that's how I kind of come to the conclusions I come to. That's why I'm able to make the videos I'm able to make. And I guess one thing is, it is usually like the Silicon Valley example, if you've seen that video. In Silicon Valley, like, from the outside to the public, it's all about, innovation, creating all these innovative hyper-growth companies. But on the inside, it's kind of like a Ponzi scheme where VCs will kind of mark up their own deals, and founders and VCs will create this narrative and push this narrative of like this super hyper-growth, innovative company, when in reality it's like a company with a website and app. Like, they haven't really invented anything new.
So it's like an NFT.
But they, the more they frame it as like this hyper-growth company, they can like mark up the deal and then hopefully go public and exit. So yeah, that's why Adam Newman, the guy behind WeWork, he just got like $350 million in funding from the biggest VC firm, one of the biggest, A16Z.
He's still doing WeWork?
He's doing something else now.
Yes.
Oh, because Masaoshi's son got murdered off of WeWork.
Yes.
lot of people did,
So
yeah.
he just got $350 million in funding from one of the biggest venture capital firms in Silicon Valley, AC16Z, for a new startup called Flow, where they're basically doing WeWork, but for apartments, like fancy hipster apartments that are like community oriented or whatever. And everyone's surprised that he got funding. And it's like not fair because of all the controversy. But VCs, they look for founders who know how to play the game, who know how to paint this narrative of like a super innovative, high growth company.
Oh,
So he like understands the game. So of course you would bet on it.
Yeah.
I see.
So now his company, with this funding round, it's valued at $1 billion already.
I see. And so they're just trying to dump on the hype. So the VCs they bet on this guy, it blows up. Other billionaires go, oh fuck, let's throw money at that shit.
Yeah.
And then they fucking rug pull the billionaires.
Yeah.
Or the public if they go public.
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Have you allegedly taken a look at presidential libraries and how they're funded?
Presidential libraries?
Oh yeah, presidential libraries.
The ones that are named after the president?
Yeah, no, yeah, the ones that presidents build, and they have these foundations built around them that are also tax shelters, and they basically their whole administrations, they give fuck tons of money in foreign aid, and then it's sort of interesting how foreign aid finds its way back into their pocket when they're building their presidential libraries. Very interesting.
I'm gonna write
A little bit of a U-turn.
George W. Bush Institute.
No, he was gonna do the lighter side of Subway Jared.
Oh yeah, you should do a Subway Jared one. Did Subway really lose all that weight?
He humanizes all these guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, help me sympathize with them.
So do you ever throughout making all these videos with these kinds of topics, you never got afraid somebody would show up at your door and be like in a suit, like,
You know, that's one of the
Hello,
most
Jake.
common questions I get, but in reality, all the stuff I make is like public knowledge.
If they're just digging for it, you'll find it.
It's not like I'm like an actual journalist. Like, I'm definitely not a journalist. It's not like I'm a journalist like the guy Jamal Khashoggi who got butchered by the Saudi Arabian family.
Yeah.
Like he was just like a normal journalist in Saudi Arabia. Like he does normal stuff that journalists over here would do.
yeah, but
he broke the wrong story basically.
Oh yeah, you can't do that to Prince Alawi bin Talal, dude.
Yeah, Ben Salman or whatever.
Yeah, Ben
He's
Salman.
very rich.
Yeah, so he was.
Twitter.
Yeah, he kept poking the bear. He moved to America, kept poking the bear with the Washington Post. So he had to go to Turkey for like to the embassy to get like a visa or something. His wife was waiting in the car. He never came out, and then like a little bit of time later, the news broke that he got like literally cut up.
In the embassy?
Something like that.
They won't say.
Jeez.
Well, what's interesting to me is that when people look at public record journalism, just normal journalism, and then call them a conspiracy theorist, like the stuff they would say, like a lot of your videos are probably conspiracy videos, but it's not a conspiracy if it's
Yeah.
been proven to be true.
Right.
Yeah, like people usually, like fans usually come up to me and say like, you know, I really like conspiracy, so I love your videos, but I never viewed myself as
What's
a
the conspiracy?
conspiracy
Well, when you-
YouTube channel.
When you look at man on the street interviews and people don't even know who the vice president is, you start to understand why more people think that maybe war profiteering is a conspiracy or like all this
Okay, that's
stuff.
true.
Yeah, because they've never thought about it.
Yeah, they don't know. Well,
That's
they're,
true.
they're trained by the media who are owned. I mean, Operation Mockingbird, like all these media entities are really in the pockets of the intelligence agencies that they don't even fucking criticize. They don't criticize them. In fact, they hire all these guys. They hire half of the time you're watching MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. You're talking to intelligence
But
agency
we're so
guys.
boring, Steve. You know, they go,
Dude, that's the best part, dude. While you're going on this fucking tirade,
and it's like,
The more serious you get, the more your hat just like goes off.
like it looked like it was like a mood ring. Like the more sincere you got, the more it was like.
The more enlightened you were getting.
You guys liking this shit?
It's like a data processor.
yeah, you're very vibrant right now.
That's
you think it moves to the music? Like
No,
if
it's
there's
about, to run,
bass?
it's about to run out of batteries.
Oh man, you better charge that thing.
I know.
That's hilarious.
It freaks out.
If you ever do a TED Talk,
It's like my hat is fighting to survive, and I'm like, no.
Or it's just vibes. It's feeding off your vibe right now.
Feeding off the vibes.
So now that you make a lot of these kind of videos, do you think, you know, sometimes you attract a lot of like QAnon types and like people that are just like fucking out of this world?
Oh, I've gotten some like very strange emails of
Ooh.
like those types, with, like
Yeah.
really strange conspiracy.
What would they
stuff.
say?
I never read the full email.
Really?
You go off of one sentence, you're like,
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No.
Way too many commas in this sentence.
I don't know. Like one was like, he put me on like some mailing list where he would just send me like links to like very strange articles, so I had to like block his email, so stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that's like the majority of the viewers.
There's probably people trying to cite your videos to support their random weird
Yeah,
agendas,
probably.
and they're like, no, this guy said it.
when are you gonna come out with a lizard people video?
Yeah, what's your take on that?
No comment. No comment.
I actually did a deep dive on Hollow Earth recently, and it's fucking hilarious.
Wait, what's Hollow Earth?
Hollow Earth
It's
is
so dope.
It's fucking hilarious. It's like there's a sun inside of our Earth. You know how we think it's like the Earth's core? Yeah. It's actually like a sun, and like inside of there, there's like oceans, and like a whole fucking
It's
thing.
an inside-out world. Like, and you can only enter through like Antarctica or
Through the
something
poles,
like that.
bro.
Yeah.
Through the poles.
There's a hole there.
Sounds pretty plausible.
And it goes to the other side of the Earth.
Yeah, it goes all the way through.
And their argument is, well, how do you know what's really inside the middle of the Earth? No one's been there.
That's a strong
How
argument.
come no one's recording it?
Let's not, I don't know why you're saying this shit.
And I think it all started from a pilot that went across the over the Antarctica.
Yeah.
And he makes claims that he had to make an emergency landing and this whole thing, and he wrote like a novel about it. And there was a whole nother world out there, and it just went from that.
Oh, so it's
And I think that movie 300 Leagues, or not Under the Sea, but the what, you know, like when people go to, there's an old fucking movie where they like go to the core of the Earth.
30,000 Leagues Below the Sea?
It's
something
called
like-
The Core
yeah,
with Hilary Swank.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fucking classic 90s movie.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it called The Core?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hilary Swank.
Because I was thinking like a 1950s movie, but
It probably is that actually.
okay.
You know what I would, dude? If I was an alien race and I wanted to fuck with humans, I would make it so that we take control of some guy's plane and then polar bears are landing him, so he can never tell a fucking story. Where everyone's like, "You're a fucking idiot, dude."
And he's just going crazy in his rocking chair. I don't want anyone to believe me.
Yeah,
We were in polar bear outfits.
yeah. He's like, "Polar bears landing me." No, they could probably shapeshift into anything.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're like, "Yeah, we'll be polar bears. We'll fuck with this idiot."
I'm glad we don't have recreationally cruel aliens like that.
Not yet. We don't know.
If you, is there a topic or a video that you posted where YouTube's kind of fuck with you a little bit?
Anything related to like recent war stuff, like my Afghanistan video got demonetized.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Any clue?
Would they say? Did they say why?
It was about Afghanistan, like the poll.
In the title, did it say Afghanistan?
Yes.
But can't the news talk about Afghanistan? Why can't you talk about?
I know. I've checked, and like news station YouTube channels, like they're still monetized for Afghanistan related videos, but
And you're
yeah,
just reflecting the stuff that they're saying.
yeah, and there was nothing too violent in the video, and I requested a review for the monetization, and it was disapproved, so it's still demonetized.
What were you saying in that video?
I believe it was a summary of like how we got here with Afghanistan, like the history of it and how we got here. And in general, I actually think YouTube is actually pretty good with monetization and not being too biased. Yeah. Compared to like TikTok or Instagram. Like Instagram will shadow ban you without telling you.
Yeah.
TikTok literally just says they shadow ban people in their terms of service. So they're like open about it at least. But YouTube, they actually like try. Like they have the monetization.
It's a little more fair
manual
game.
review feature. They big creators have a YouTube manager that they can contact with, and
We're not big enough because we never had a manager.
I had one, dude. They're a joke anyway. They just read off of a fucking script too.
yeah, I don't know. My guy was pretty decent. Like a video got demonetized. I told him about it. He sent it up the chain of command, and it got approved.
Maybe it's
they're-
changed.
They're good at that. I think they're good at that.
Oh.
But if it's anything that kind of in the middle, they read off of a script and they don't know what to tell you, and you're kind of cycled around. So for me anyway.
But yeah, YouTube at least tries.
Yeah, that's true. Because the other ones that are like, you're fucked. Bro.
Did you ever make a video and then you were like, I can't upload this, it's too crazy?
For a while I didn't want to make a Jeffrey Epstein video, but then
Is that why you say Jeffrey Epstein?
yes, just
Nice.
partially a joke, partially because just in case YouTube
Because the bots will
Yeah.
like hear what you're saying.
yeah. They were very strict about that with COVID related stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Like if you just say COVID, they'll catch it.
That's true.
Damn.
Like
That's when we were saying COVID, remember?
Yeah.
yeah, like it happened to Linus Tech Tips, the tech channel. They said like COVID in one video, it wasn't even related to COVID, and it caught it and got demonetized. Wow. So yeah, that is an actual thing. But yeah, I just say it like partially for that and partially because I just think it's funny. But yeah, once I came up with the idea for the YouTube membership, where you pay $5 a month and you get a private documentary not released to the public, that's when I finally made the Jeffrey Epstein video.
So that video you can't watch publicly. You can only watch if they're in the club.
Yes, but I did release a public video on how Jeffrey Epstein one of the ways he made his money was with an actual Ponzi scheme.
Oh, the first scandal, right? Yeah.
Yes, and that promoted the private documentary at the end. And that video, I was able to get away with it because I didn't put Jeffrey Epstein in the title, just in his picture in the thumbnail. So yeah, that was a... And I said F. Reach Epstein throughout the entire
Whole thing.
That's
That's
smart.
Do you have any thoughts on the Vegas shooting
Which one?
and what happened? Oh,
The
just
Mandalay Bay one?
Mandalay Bay, yeah.
No thoughts. Haven't really looked into it.
Oh, okay. It's pretty interesting.
What are your thoughts?
There's a police report that's like live in the moment that says there was multiple people in there. It wasn't just Stephen Paddock. It was like him and a woman was there too.
In the room.
In the official, in the official police account. But then in the news, they don't talk about that ever at all. The story is that Stephen Paddock acted alone and all that stuff. But that again, the police report, it's right there. So it's just very weird. Although there's a lot of very strange stuff to it that I followed that one a little bit for a while. In fact, there was a guy who was an investigative journalist who was looking into that one in particular, and he was just murdered by some politician in Las Vegas. And
all that's connected because I just heard about a politician being thrown in jail right now because he's tied to the murder of a journalist.
Yes, and that journalist also exposed him, like personally, and he just recently lost a race, for public office over in Nevada.
We got that coming up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he was also investigating the Vegas stuff. He was one of the only journalists left.
He was like the main dude.
He was the main
Everyone
guy.
got tired, huh?
He was the lead for that.
And there's a lot still to investigate about that because we still don't have answers. In fact, there's no official account of what happened that day, except for what we have from police reports. But nobody like in the FBI who's looking into it has mentioned really much at all about it.
I heard that they thought it was that there's a woman in there because when they were banging on the door, he said, "Just a minute."
That could be.